Weekly Outdoor Plus is a new and exciting outdoor show right here on Fox 55 WFXS. Presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point. Starring new owner Gary Hintz. His youngest son, the show pro, Jace Hintz. And the show producer, creator, and host, his oldest son, Seth Hintz. So now sit back and relax and get ready to learn about archery and the world of the outdoors.
How we doing, Gary? Good to see you.
Pat.
That's Eric and Kurt, buddies of mine from Wisconsin, and I'm down here putting up cameras and checking cameras, and I ran into these guys out here, and they lease like maybe 1,000 acres, like out pretty much right in this area, and I lease out the land on 3 sides of you guys.
Correct.
So we have, I don't know, probably 5,000 acres total here, right just in this area, and I just happened to run into them. They're down here putting in food plots, so now I got the rest of the day to do nothing, so I can give you guys a hand. I got 2 more cameras to check, but they're really easy to get in and out of. So
We got to put a couple food plots in just to keep the deer off of Gary's property a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, we have about 3 more to put in. Going to put some turnips, radishes in. Next step is we got to get some lime out there and fertilize them up and work it in.
Give you guys a hand.
No matter to me. Yeah, but then you got to drag it through the weeds. Okay. We'll start at that one and we'll do the edge of the field first.
Spread it and drink it.
You can see my buddy Kurt in the background. Now we're starting the food plots. He's working up the ground here on his new food plot, and Eric went to lime another food plot up the hill here. The only place around here we can really do food plots is on hillsides like this where they don't plant their crops, because if you plant crops here they probably get washed out. But if we plant food plots, they're low to the ground, they're really thick, and hopefully they don't get washed out because of a good root system. So I guess we just go where the farmers don't plant, and we have to figure out where we're going to put our stands. We do it. We can always get a stand up some way with a ladder stand or a lock on or something to fit somewhere. Maybe try to get 2 of them on each food plot so we can play the wind each direction. But other than that, we're stuck with the hillsides pretty much. Maybe little corners where you can't get in with your big equipment where you do the planting.
Stay tuned, because later we're going to see where these guys decide to put their other food plots on this piece of property, along with a lesson from Jace and checking the cameras on another food plot, coming up later on Weekly Outdoor Plus.
Hi, TJ Klein from Frank's Hardware. From spring to fall, we have it all. From keeping everything green to working in the garden, Frank's Hardware has everything you need, including seed, to keep your garden looking right. And don't forget about your deck. Now is a great time to do maintenance on your deck and outside, so you can enjoy the rest of your summer.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Looking for a fun, state-of-the-art facility to shoot your bow this winter? Blackhawk Archers in Polonia, Wisconsin wants you to join their club. Located just 15 minutes east of Stevens Point on County Road Z, Blackhawk Archers has a heated indoor range for both 3D and spot target shooters. Leagues will be forming soon, and they also will have open shoots for the public this winter. Check out blackhawkarchers.net to stay up to date and for more information. Or stop into Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point for membership forms. We'll see you there.
This mineral is a game changer. I've put the odds in my favor. It's time to close the deal. I wouldn't change a thing. Finally, the buck of a lifetime. Real Deal Mineral. The results speak for themselves.
Inside you, there's an outside you. A you that finds your dinner by finding your dinner's dinner. A you that isn't afraid to pick a fight with something that has a sword for a nose. This is for that you.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's lesson segment on Weekly Outdoor Plus. Jason here with you as always, and this week we're going to start going over the different ways of sighting in your bow and your broadheads and the whole 9 yards on getting prepared for hunting, because this is the time of year again where you should start shooting, and a lot of people are going to start getting new setups and they're going to get their bow set up how they want it and everything. But once you're past getting it set up how you want it, getting the bow that you want, having your broadheads, your arrows, the whole 9 yards, then you got to get your bow to shoot for you, and you got to get your arrows to shoot for your bow as well. When I'm saying things like that, I'm talking you can make little adjustments to your bow to make you shoot better, as in your draw length, your peep height to get more consistent anchor points, the weight that you have distributed on your bow. Obviously you have your quiver on the one side, maybe a sidebar would help you out. There's a lot of little things like that that'll help out, and within the upcoming weeks here, me and Mark Gruber are going to help you out on sighting in your broadheads, how to make sure that you're going to be doing it the most efficient way. Again, you don't want to use a lot of wear and tear on your broadheads as well. You don't want to be using a dull broadhead when you're hunting. But today I'm just going to basically start by going over sighting in your bow when you got your first new setup with your bow hunting setup, or whatever you would like to call it. And again, when you start doing this, start with field points, okay? So many people jump right in, grab your broadheads, start shooting, they get discouraged for no reason, and it just makes them think, okay, now I got to change my broadheads, now I got to change my arrows, now I got to change my setup. No, most of the time if you just start with your field points and start pinpointing your little things there, you can get half your flaws out and you'll be good to go with your broadheads. It'll be a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable, and you'll shoot a lot better. So when you start shooting, get your brand new bow, your new setup, your bow from last year, whatever it is, start by first of all shooting nice and close. Most people haven't picked up their bow since, last November or December and haven't shot it since. I mean, even the guys that shoot winter 3D, you're looking at, maybe February, so that's a couple months off already. You got to make sure that you're ready when you start shooting your broadheads to be safe and obviously shoot the best you can. So when you shoot your field points, start shooting whatever distance is comfortable for you. 10 yards, just get a nice 10-yard group. When you're shooting, don't worry about where you're hitting your first couple rounds. Again, if you haven't shot in a while, your group's going to be a lot bigger than it used to be. You might, if you start moving your sight, it's going to look even worse and you're going to get more discouraged. The big thing I always do is I shoot 20 yards, I'll set up my block, I'll make sure I'm sighted in. I'll shoot 1 or 2 at 10 to make sure I'm not going to miss the target, obviously, if I just put a sight on or just moved my peep sight or got new arrows. Start nice and close, make sure you're going to hit the target, then get to a comfortable distance and start shooting. But once you're close enough where you're not going to be missing the target or anything, once you're close enough to the center, don't worry about moving your sight right away. Take 2 or 3 rounds to just make good shots, good follow-throughs, good form, and just get your group nice and tight, tighter and tighter. You might be, you know, if the X-ring's in the center and you're hitting high right by 2 inches, but you have all 6 arrows up there, that's great. Keep pounding them up there, don't worry about it. Get 3 or 4 good rounds, get comfortable, and then start moving your sight. Sight in with your field points, get comfortable with them, get your 20, get your 30, get your 40, however far you expect to shoot your broadheads, because if your field points don't shoot that far, your broadheads sure ain't gonna, because they're a lot harder to tune. They're a lot more difficult to get them to shoot exactly correct, as have your arrows flying right and everything. There's just a lot more to them, and it's more wind drag, everything. So once you're comfortable with your field points at your distances that you're planning on shooting your broadheads at, come back up to the first distance, get your broadhead ready, take a shot with it, see where you're at, okay? Everybody gets all mad when all of a sudden their broadhead doesn't hit the same spot as their field point. That's not weird, that's not abnormal. It's definitely something that happens to a lot of people. Very seldom are you going to get a broadhead that flies exactly the same, especially if you have fixed blades, which I personally shoot, so I don't even worry about it. You're going to shoot at 20 yards all of a sudden, and you got, everybody has a sight that you can move, you know, whether it's with the Allen wrench, whether it's just by loosening a screw and sliding it, however it works, you can loosen it and you can move it. Once you have your distances at 20, 30, and 40 set up, and you're shooting a broadhead, you shouldn't have to move your ups and downs really, except for your first time. So I'm sighted in 20, 30, 40, I got my 3 pins, come back up to 20 yards, get your broadheads on. I always just shoot 1 broadhead, because if you shoot 1 broadhead, if there's one thing wrong with it, that's all going to be the exact same every time. If you have 3 broadheads, one of them's bent, all of a sudden you got a bad group, you don't know where you're truly shooting. I always shoot 1 broadhead, go get it. 1 broadhead, go get it. Shooting at the same circle so I know where my group still is. So I got my field points all sighted in at 20 yards, I'm good to go. I grab my broadhead, I shoot it, I'm hitting high right. Okay, maybe it was me. Go pull it out, shoot again, high right again. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the whole bracket. I'm going to move all 3 pins high and right, because all 3 of them should still be in the exact same distance apart. If you sight in your first distance, your second and third one should be right on or extremely close. So once you get sighted in at 20, you're safer to shoot 30 and 40. Don't go 40 yards with your field points, put a broadhead on and let it fling, because if you are off by 3 inches at 20 yards, well, you're off by 9 at 40 yards, or depending how fast you're shooting in the whole 9 yards. But definitely think about sighting in closer, be more confident, have a better group, and if your field points don't hit where your broadheads are, don't be surprised, move your sight, don't worry about it, you're still going to be shooting fine. So if you guys got any questions, again, feel free to ask us. You want to check out some new products, we got a bunch of them at Bucks and Bulls to come and hang out and see what we got, you know, test try some things, and again, good luck this year. Hopefully you guys can tune in next week. We'll go over some more tips on getting your hunting bow set up and see how it goes from there. As always, have a good week, guys.
All right, now it's time for one of our more exciting segments here on Weekly Outdoor Plus. It's where we get to keep our fans connected with the show. Don't forget, you can send in your pictures to weeklyoutdoorplus@live.com or link them up to us on Facebook to get in this segment of our show. Each week, as Sopa Cellular makes it extremely easy for you to capture these photos and then send and share them around effortlessly. Our first picture this week comes from a fan down in Texas with a picture of this giant spider hanging out in a tree. Next up, we have a picture from the state of Washington where Scotty is out bear hunting in the mountains. And here we have a tasty Lake Michigan lake trout. Next up, we have Carly Kerchevsky shooting in her backyard. And here's another picture from one of our fans out west doing some hiking. Next up, we have one from Carter and Casey out at Antlers Archers shooting the 3D course. And here's one of Cade with his mess of walleyes he got up in Canada. And our last picture this week is of me and Ashley, and she was very proud to arrow her first carp last weekend.
So stop on down to Sopa Cellular today and check out all their great deals, and stay tuned for more Weekly Outdoor Plus action.
Hi, I'm Gary, the owner of Bucks and Bulls Archery. I've been there for 2 years now at our new location. And what I'd like to do today is just thank everybody that stopped in. I had a great time. I had great people come in talking about hunting all the time, good stories, shooting bows, shooting a techno hunt. We had a great time. And I know just about everybody that came in there at one time or another talked about shooting a big deer, because they looked at my deer and they all want to shoot a big deer. And I'm telling you, if you hunt the same place year after year after year and you never see a big deer, don't go there anymore. Go somewhere else. You gotta go find the deer. That's why I'm here in Fulton County, Illinois, because there's big deer here. There's a lot of them. You can see on my cameras. That's what I'm doing down here now, is checking the camera. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't sit in the same tree, the same 40 acres year after year after year and not see a big deer. It's a lot of fun to see big deer whether you shoot them or not. Travel to where they're at. And again, thanks for stopping into the store, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks. Okay, we're back where we were. I don't know if you've seen our shows a couple weeks ago. This is that woods that's like 2 miles long, and the widest it gets maybe 150 yards, and the majority of it's probably 50, 60 yards. And when we were driving in, saw 2 bucks, yearlings probably. One maybe 2.5, but they're both probably 1.5-year-olders. But that's always good. I'm gonna check these batteries. Check the card, check the batteries, and make sure you switch your card on, make sure you turn your camera on. Alright, everything looks good, batteries are good. Switch the card. Make sure you turn it on. There's an unbelievable amount of deer sign right in here. Like I say, we've seen 2 driving in, and this is just millions of deer tracks and deer poop, and it really looks good. Big trails for this time of year. It's green as it is, you can still see the trails. Let's set my camera right here on these 2 trails. Look at this thorny tree. This thing could kill you. It almost got me. I'll be okay. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. This is my last camera, 5th one. We only got footage of probably 2 because we're running in and out of the rain. It's been raining all day, on and off. Right now it's really nice. It's only like 74 degrees right now. It's pretty nice to be out here this time. Okay. Anybody ever interested in hunting Illinois, check out the pictures and call Gary at Bucks and Bulls Archery. 715-341-2825. We can hook you up.
Now let's take a look at what Gary found on his cameras this time around, starting with this awesome video on a trail camera overlooking a food plot.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Inside you, there's an outside you. A you that takes the road less traveled than the road less traveled, and finds the comforts of home extremely uncomfortable. This is for that you.
Looking for a fun, state-of-the-art facility to shoot your bow this winter? Blackhawk Archers in Polonia, Wisconsin wants you to join their club. Located just 15 minutes east of Stevens Point on County Road Z, Blackhawk Archers has a heated indoor range for both 3D and spot target shooters. Leagues will be forming soon, and they also will have open shoots for the public this winter. Check out blackhawkarchers.net to stay up to date and for more information. Or stop into Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point for membership forms. We'll see you there.
Real Deal Mineral. The results speak for themselves.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Hi, TJ Klein from Frank's Hardware. From spring to fall, we have it all. From keeping everything green to working in the garden, Frank's Hardware has everything you need, including seed, to keep your garden looking right. And don't forget about your deck. Now is a great time to do maintenance on your deck and outside, so you can enjoy the rest of your summer.
And now we end today's show with Gary, Kurt, and Eric finishing up their food plots down in central Illinois.
Secluded little honey hole. You got a spot picked for a stand yet? Put one on each side to play the wind. Or else one for you and one for me. Sure. We could watch each other. Okay, what we did here is we worked up a little logging road through the woods. Eric's now putting lime on it. We're gonna seed that with kind of like a green cover, clover, alfalfa and stuff mixed. Something that'll grow in the shade good here. And Kurt's out on the edge of this field working up another food plot, which will probably be turnips or something for late season. So I guess we'll get to work again. This one literally looks cool. We got some stands set up along the roadway here. It's pretty neat. They walk this road anyway naturally. Now we're gonna walk right through the food plot. One by the bees, one in this one. Alright, here.
Let's do this one quick. Let's walk around.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're seeding all 5 food plots. We're just gonna put seed down today. Then tomorrow morning, early when it's still cool, we're gonna come back, fertilize it, drag it one more time, and then pray for rain. It's looking pretty good. We got all kinds of, I didn't even want to start mentioning everything we planted. Every food plot's a little different. It's a lot of stuff. We got turnips, radishes, all greens, a little bit of everything, even some wheat. I don't know if they eat the wheat or not, but we got some wheat in there. Some green beans, everything. So I guess we're just gonna finish getting these planted, wait for morning, fertilize, drag it, and pray for rain. Looking pretty good though. Nice food plots, good stand selections. A lot of underground bees, like nests. We got underground bee nests in just about every food plot right now. Kurt and I each got bit already a couple times, but oh well. And we did get some big deer on our cameras so far. We've been looking at them. We took a little break for lunch. We went and looked at our cameras. It was too hot to stay out here. The hottest part of the day, 2-3 o'clock, we went and had a pizza and soda and got in air conditioning for a little while. I just looked at my phone. It's 66 degrees back home in Wisconsin. It's 88 degrees here in Illinois. It's like my shirt's just wet. But I guess we got to do it when we can do it. So let's go get her done.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Weekly Outdoor Plus presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Don't forget to check us out online at facebook.com/weeklyoutdoorplus. See you next week.